Hi there and welcome back to Dr. C's Morning Minute. Today's topic is tantrums. So we'll talk about the cause of tantrums and some strategies. First off, the number one reason for tantrums is frustration. Kids tantrum because they're frustrated. Kids who are toddlers and preschool age, the number one reason for tantrums for the frustration is lack of language issues. They have a hard time communicating their needs and wants if they have some language difficulties, and then as a result you get the tantrum. For older kids, again, it goes back to frustration, but again, it's frustration if we're not getting what they want, and next thing you're on the floor carrying on. For kids as they get older, tantrums should become negligible, minimal. They should be transient. They should be something that is very, very short-lived. By the time they're really 4 or 5 years old, you should be getting almost none. If they continue, and that reflects some issues that need to be more notably targeted. So one thing to consider is that for the younger kids, we give them ways to communicate. If they're having language issues, we want to use visuals, the little pictures, things that they can point to express their needs and wants, and help them to be able to more consistently express what they want, and you'll see a significant reduction in their tantrums. We also want to promote, obviously, their language skills through speech and language therapy and whatnot. And we see a direct correlation between as the language increases, the tantrums decrease. For older kids, older meaning, again, 3 on up, we want to utilize planned ignoring. Again, the tantrum is to get what they want and or for attention as well. So we want to give them other ways of communicating their needs and wants, recognizing that the tantrums will not get them what they want. That's key, of course. This is a no-brainer. So we want to ignore it. However, that can be difficult. The child's in the middle of the living room screaming, carrying on. If it's relatively short-lived, I suppose the family can grin and bear it. Otherwise, having them go to a quieter area such as their room, taking them to their room to finish out the tantrum seems to be something a bit more appropriate. Communicating to them that if they're going to carry on like that, they're not going to take part in family activities until they get it together. Again, I mentioned this last time, that essentially is a timeout. So I mentioned last time we talked about timeout, was that if the child won't stay in timeout, that really is a problem. So if you put your tantruming child in a timeout and they won't stay there, then of course that is an ongoing issue because it continues the interactions. We don't want that. So again, as I mentioned last time as well, feel free to email me at jcarosso@cpcwecare.com in order to talk more about that if your child won't stay there, because there's different options to get them to stay there. Also, we want to use token economy. We want to use lots of praise and reinforcement for a child, keeping it together and keeping it under control. Reminding them that they're going to get their stickers for not tantruming and for staying calm and working through using their words. And that's going to lead to extra privileges and whatnot. So we want to not just use timeout and not just use plain ignoring, but use lots of reinforcement for them keeping things together and keeping their emotions under control. Hope you found that to be helpful. See you next time at Dr. C's Morning Minute.